We're really excited to have you here as a Herbert Employer of the Day for the Herbert College of Agriculture. And so, my first question is I just want you to introduce yourself and then just give us a brief overview of your role in the company.
Sure. Thanks for having me. My name is Michelle Posehn. I'm a senior recruiting manager here at Site One Landscape Supply. So if you've never heard of us, that's okay. That's why I'm here today talking to you. My role at Site One Landscape Supply is kind of multifaceted. I manage a team of recruiters that recruit for our field operations branches in the East Division. So we cover about 30 states. And then I also oversee the university recruiting initiative. So very excited to engage with the students at University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Very excited.
Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. I'm really excited too. So can you just tell us about Site One and then kind of what your company does and then the primary locations where you're located?
Sure. So Site One is the industry's largest wholesale supplier of landscape supplies. So what does that mean? When you're driving around the streets and you see landscape contractors, they might be taking care of yards or planting or building sprinkler systems, building retaining walls. All of the product that they need to do and complete those projects, that's what we sell to them. So we are in over 500 locations across the US and Canada. Our headquarters is in Roswell, Georgia. So down there you'll find like our IT departments, our accounting, our finance. But the folks in the branches, they're the ones that really are focusing on those specialty categories. So we sell products in the nursery categories as well as agronomics, irrigation, lighting, hardscape. Again, anything a contractor would want. We are definitely striving to be that one-stop shop for a contractor.
That's awesome. So can you tell me a little bit about the culture of Site One and what does it look like to work for Site One in the company?
Yeah, I always tell people that our best product that we have is our people. I think that in everything we do, we are customer obsessed. We look for different ways to help customers and to make sure that they really feel connected with a relationship towards us. When you walk into a Site One branch, you will be greeted by name and with a smile, guaranteed. I have a branch here in New Jersey that I always go back to in terms of what good customer service is. We have a customer who is challenged with mobility. So when he pulls up to our branch, our customer service reps go out to the car. The customer never has to leave his car. We service him at his car window. And that's the type of service that you probably won't get in maybe a bigger box type of store. We know these things about our customers. We know the type of product they like, the type of product they're looking for, and that's really what sets us apart. I would say the other thing about our culture is we like doing what we do. We're very passionate. We want to have fun. We want to be the best at what we do. We strive to be safe every day. We're very involved in our community, and that's reflected in some of the things that we do on the job. We are very focused on veterans initiatives. You'll see some associates, from time to time have maybe collections for donations to go out to veterans. We're very involved in schools in the local markets. We strive to be involved in other initiatives such as bringing more women and minorities into our industry, doing a lot of bilingual recruiting and again, diversifying our branches. So I would say it's a great place if you like to be outside, if you like to work with a great bunch of people. and really feel connected to your client base.
Thank you. I love that. I love the fact that the intentionality and the diversity that's behind the choices that you make. So that's really awesome. So can you tell us what kinds of jobs and internship opportunities that you currently have available and what those kind of look like?
Yeah. Our jobs, that I think is a something that students might not readily focus on when they're looking for an employer. The fact that we have over 500 locations means that you could start your career with us in Knoxville and you could retire with us in San Diego if you wanted. And that's great, right? Because you will never have to lose benefits. You'll never have to lose vacation. And you built over the years, that reputation for yourself in an organization. And I know as a college student, thinking about retirement is probably a long, off distance goal, but it's a great, I think it's a really big selling point of our organization. What kinds of jobs there are, anything you can think of. When you're talking about being in a store or being in a branch operation, you could come in as a graduate into any type of role. You could come in as store manager, a department manager. Maybe you're focused on a specific category. Maybe you come in as part of our sales team, working with different accounts. If you're not interested in working in a branch, you could go down to Roswell and work for marketing, or you could work for IT or finance. Some of those, traditional corporate type of positions that you're going to see with almost every other organization. But I would say for the students who are looking for growth opportunity, again, it is definitely there. I will say that a lot of our managers have worked their way up in terms of maybe starting with a counter sales position or an account executive role, and then moving up in store management and then area leadership. Some folks have moved from the store locations into more regional types of roles. So it really, you're not going to be limited in terms of where you go. The only limit is going to be the limit you put on it.
I love the ability to move and broaden yourself and push yourself if you want to, and having that opportunity or experience available is very, very cool.
Yeah, our goal is to keep talent.
Yeah,
we want you to stay with us. So
retention.
We don't want to lose you. We want you to come in, and we want you to stay, and we want you to be happy. And I think that's something that is really key when we are recruiting for people. It's we don't want this to be a short-term stop on your long-term journey. We want this to be your home for many, many years.
Mm-hmm. So can you tell us how students apply for these opportunities, and then kind of the process of what that would look like?
Yeah, sure. And I failed to mention internships. I went the route of full-time positions, but we do have internship opportunities, and those are opportunities you can do at any time of year. We have a 9 to 12 week program. We have a program that only requires 30 hours over 2 months, and we have an intern for the day. So we really are doing that to encourage participation from students at any time of the school year, at any stage of your career, your college career. I would encourage students to look at our website, which is www.siteone.com/careers. We've got some great testimonials on there about what our culture is like, what our student programs are like, and what we're doing in terms of our culture and environment. I'd also encourage students to reach out to me directly. Even though I necessarily recruit for the East, I oversee university for all of the Site One. So I know exactly where our locations are, and I can put you in touch with the right people.
You are the lady to see.
I am.
Right.
I am your one-stop.
Yeah, there you go. Right. It's kind of a trickle down effect from the company.
Yeah.
So with that being said, what do you expect from students in a career fair setting? You're going to be at our career fair, and also you've been engaged in a lot of different career fairs, and I know that's a lot of the ways that we engage with our students, but specifically also in this virtual platform. It's a little different too. So can you just give us an idea of what that looks like and your expectations as a recruiter?
Yeah. I mean, it's such a weird year, 2020, right? Like, just such a weird year. And I think from a virtual career fair perspective, look, we know we're not going to get the full story on who you are in like a 4 or 5 minute session or whatever the time frame is. So we understand that. But what we want to know from students is, kind of where their interests are. And listen, if you don't know where your interests are, that's okay. We're hoping that maybe by talking to us, maybe we help you define, where your interests might be. We want to just see students who are passionate about what they're doing, who are looking for opportunity, and more important, are willing and ready to learn. And those are the things that, when you're preparing for a career fair, a lot of people prepare on the resume. I would say as you prepare to talk to recruiters, don't just focus on your resume. Remember those soft skills that you bring to the table, those intangibles that recruiters can't see on a resume, because those are just as, if maybe more important than some of the other things that you have.
So that brings me kind of to my next question. So what kind of experiences are you expecting for that student to articulate to you? So again, we say we have this resume, but also you're getting that opportunity to really be face-to-face. So what are those things that Site 1 and specifically as a recruiter you look for as far as skills or the interaction that you have?
I'd love to hear about the classes that really drive you, maybe the areas of study that you have found very interesting. I'd love to hear why you picked, this area of learning. There's always a reason behind why you're here, not just at University of Tennessee Knoxville, but why you're in this particular college. So those are the types of things I want to hear. I ask that of our full-time applicants all the time, like, why did you pick accounting? Because I know, like, for me, accounting would definitely not be, my cup of tea. So I want to know from that person why they picked what they did, what is driving you. And that helps us, because as a recruiter, again, we want to know what is the motivation behind a student or a candidate. And that where are we going to put that student if they're not motivated to learn plants? Like if they're like, I'm severely allergic and I can't be around plants. Okay, great. We're not putting you in the nursery. Maybe hardscapes is better for you. But again, it's really about what's driving you, why you've decided to pick this area of study and dedicate your life to this industry.
Being able to articulate that is, and you can really see the passion. It kind of gives them the platform to do that. It's awesome. So it kind of brings me to my next question. So what's that advice that you give that student who's preparing to have that conversation? Is there something that you've seen that is helpful to help students, put themselves out there and have that conversation?
This is not the time to be shy. When you're looking for a job after college or you're looking for an internship, don't be afraid to talk about who you are and what you bring to the table. Because if you are, then you might fall into that trap of just being one out of many. You really want to point out why you're the person that employer should pick. What is it about you that makes you unique? What makes you special? And what are the things that you have learned and what are the things that you would like to learn? Employers also want to hear why you've chosen to speak to them. You know, this is a part where you are talking about fit. You know, we talked a little bit about culture of our organization, but now this is your opportunity to talk about how you're going to fit into that culture. So do your research. You know, I think the worst thing you can do is come to an employer and go, I have no idea who you are. Because, you know, everybody's got a website. So if the minimal thing you're going to do is just click on their website, go ahead and do that. And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Well, thank you, Michelle, for that input. That's all of my questions. I'm going to stop recording. It looks like we have a student that potentially has jumped in. So I'll let you have that conversation.
Thank you. Thank you.